Hey everybody, welcome to Cripple Crow Bushcraft. I'm Moose, and it's raining. I'm out here on a turkey hunt, and decided to start filming today. It's raining. I doubt I'm going to see much in the line of crow or turkey or anything. So crows, when they call, gobblers will gobble back to that. That's why you want to keep an eye out for crows. But this is going to be a channel of general bushcraft stuff. I do 18th century stuff, which is generally French Indian War era, long hunter, ranger-ish type things. Also do some modern bushcraft stuff, and then I do some off-road stuff, with camping and whatnot. I'll throw that in there too. You never know what I'm going to be getting into. It's obviously been raining all day. My hat is not feeling it, not at all. It's kind of falling down on me. I've got my flintlock here that I've been doing my best to try to keep dry. Oh yeah, I failed. No good. I'm gonna have to work on making myself a lock cover, because that is not what I'm looking for when I'm looking for some fire in my pan. That won't do nothing. So even if I saw a turkey right now, wouldn't do me much good. Anyway, got water bottle, a myriad of pouches with all kinds of stuff. We'll get into that at some point, what all I have in these pouches. Got my shooting pouch. Got a haversack with all kinds of goodies in it. Got a market wallet in here that has a bunch of foodstuffs in it. We'll get into that later. Yeah, I've been out here in the woods, and I'm crossing this creek back and forth as I'm walking down this trail, and I hadn't waterproofed my moccasins yet, so yeah, they're soaked, but it's okay. I'm actually quite warm. I'm wearing woolen stockings, so my feet are warm because wool will keep you warm even when it's wet. It's probably about 56 degrees out here, and between walking and, like I said, when I stop, the wool keeping me warm, it's pretty good. So I'm sitting here and not getting wet because where my butt is actually the only dry spot around. It's right at the base of this tree that's slightly leaning this way, and it's a really big tree. So there's a small spot about that big that is well, this happens to be sandy, but it is dry, so I was able to sit down and not be wet. It is actively raining right now. I thought I might make a little fire here in front of me and decide if I'm going to cook up some soup or what I might do. There's a creek running right there, maybe, I don't know, 20 yards away, so you probably can't hear it. But yeah, I figure I might make up some soup while I'm sitting here. Like I said, I'm not going to see any turkey, and even if I do, my gun's all messed up. It's all wet. So, we'll see what's going to happen here. I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. Well, folks, here's the reason you know this is real bushcraft. No fire. Oh yeah, it started to rain pretty good and got everything wet. But like I said before, it's not the end of the world because I didn't really absolutely have to have it. Um, I'm gonna change hats real quick because my my poor hat is just not having a good day. Oh man, rain just messes up everything, doesn't it? Oh, anyway, so no fire, no fire for me. Um, Not the end of the world. I did have some venison that I was kind of looking forward to, but them's the breaks. Uh, I was thinking venison and some soup. But without a fire, that kind of puts that out. Um, Again, not the end of the world. I mean, look at me. I can go a day without eating. I'm not really sure what time it is. It's always tough to tell the time on these rainy days. Critter over there. Uh, There's my market wallet, which is, of course, incredibly dirty. Market wallet's pretty interesting. Basically, it's a sack with a hole in it so you can grab stuff from either side. And think of it kind of like an old saddlebag for a person. Kind of the idea. Let's take a look in here. Let's see what did I have. Let's see. Well, what's in here? All right. So we have a pot. It's a tin pot. Pretty useful. You use a lot. It's not very big, as you can see. Developed a couple of dents and dings, and obviously been used a lot. But a good pot's always good to have. I gotta find a lid. Gotta do something about a lid. I don't know. I'll come up with something. But the pot is good. This. All right, this is interesting. I'm just gonna tell you what it is exactly. What it is it's a whole bunch of dried vegetables. Let me get just a peek here of it. Where are you at? Right there. See those dried vegetables right there? Basically, you ever have ramen noodles and they got dried vegetables in there? That's basically what this is. I buy it in bulk and put it in little handmade bags. I buy it in bulk because I know that they had dried vegetables back then. So, I figure it's pretty period. Granted, I bring this with me even on my regular bushcrafting stuff. You'll still see me with this. Because basically, if you can get a fire going, you have a meal. I've fed with just this pot and this and some oats. I've fed 4 guys, I want to say. 4 of us ate that. And we're pretty full. So, and I mean, this pot wasn't all the way up, filled up even by any means. So, there's that. Speaking of oats, that's what's in this bag here. I won't open it. We are all aware of what oats are. Oats are a great filler. You can mix them with water, make little oat cakes, a little salt to it. It's provided you bring salt. So between this and this, that's a meal right there. I mean, no matter what, you're good. It might not be the tastiest meal. I mean, honestly, the vegetables are pretty good, but it might not be the tastiest thing that you've ever had. Oh, what else is in this bag? There's all kinds of stuff. It's like the bag of holding here. Oh, here we go. A little bag. A spoon. This is a horn spoon. And this one here is really thick. And you want a really thick horn spoon if you go with horn. There's spoons made of all kinds of things, wooden spoons or whatever. I do horn, and the reason you want it really thick is because when horn gets hot, it bends. And that's how they make like the shaped cups and all the weird horn stuff you find. But if you're using it to stir your boiling hot soup, you don't want it to bend. So keep that in mind. If you have a horn spoon, you want it to be a thick one. Let's put these back in this side. And on this side, we have wrapped in parchment paper. Let's get it out. Ugh. Wrapped up in parchment paper, we have two venison chops. I like to freeze my meat before I bring it out into the woods, just because it lasts longer. Granted, it's not as authentic as unfrozen meat that, you're going to take out there and whatever. This, depending on how frozen it is, and this is like a rock, so it was going to take me a while to thaw it out with a fairly decent fire had I decided to eat it today. But if you're going for a couple of days and it's not stupid hot, or even if it is stupid hot, you might just eat it sooner, But I freeze my meat first. Just like I said, just because it helps it keep better, and I don't have, refrigeration or coolers or anything out here that is going to help me with that. So this is just a little bit of protection, modern day protection. I mean, I understand, not as period as it could be. What else do we got in here? Ooh, this is a neat little thing. This is a hand forged. There's the maker's mark there. Don't know if I don't know. Anyway, this is a hand forged knife, and this thing is razor sharp, scarily sharp. But I use it mainly for cooking, eating, cutting my meat and stuff like that. I will also use it sometimes for gutting and cleaning game. I prefer not to if I can avoid it, because I eat with this, but it's cleanable, it's fine. And this sheath is actually leather covered wood, because like I said, the thing's terrifying. What else is in here? Ooh, aha! I have a wire fork. This was given to me by a friend of mine. Hi, Duck. And it's pretty cool. And we have a couple of corks actually shoved onto the ends because they're very pointy. And you don't want to get stabbed with that if it's in your pack. I do believe the last thing I have in this pack is this right here. I gotta take the freaking sticker off the bottom. Anyway, inside, what do we have? Oh, it smells good though. It smells really good. I have a little baggie. What's in this? Oh, that's dried onions. that means this little baggie. Oh, that's dry garlic. Yeah, I take onions and garlic with me. A little bit of pepper in a little glass vial. And I have this one. This one's fairly large, but it contains salt. So you use a lot of salt. Salt is used for seasoning on everything. I mean, in a pinch, I guess you could salt a small little hide or something. I don't know what you'd use it for, but whatever. It's salt. Mainly for my food. Because like I said, this is my market wallet, and this is where obviously I've been keeping all of my food utensils and stuff. So that's what's in this one. This is all seasoning type stuff that's always good to have. So that is all I have in my market wallet. Generally, there would also be a little bit of coffee, some sugar. Creamer is not period, but don't tell anybody I bring a little creamer too, because I like creamer on my coffee. In there also would be, like I said, sugar, and the sugar I use is this special kind of sugar. I can't remember the name of it. I will try to remember next time. But it comes hard in a block. It's got a more molasses in it, and well, it's darker sugar. It's more period, and then a chunk of chocolate. People would have had chocolate. People loved chocolate back then, as people still love it today. It would have been a little bit different. You would have probably had unsweetened chocolate, so make sure you have your little bit of sugar. And then you would drink something called boiled chocolate. Was a drink. I will make it at some point. Basically, what it is you take your pot, put your hot water in it, get it boiling, take your chocolate, cut it up, throw it in there, add sugar to taste. Boom. Gives you like a chocolatey, sweet drink. Another thing, it's not very period, but I'm going to suggest if you're going to do this, what you should be using, you should get yourself a map, a paper map. This is just a paper map of where I am today. But honestly, these things are invaluable. If you don't know how to read a map, I suggest learning it. It's a great skill to have. These things are waterproof. Gives you the whole thing there. If you can figure out where I am from this map, good luck. They're cheap. I think I might have paid $7 for this one. I found it at a hiking store. And they generally have maps, all over the place. This one has both. Actually, I paid $8.95. That's right there on there. Generally, these maps also have not just public land, but private land is on these maps. The trails just aren't marked for private land, but all the trails in general, the bigger ones, the main ones, are marked on here. In fact, the trail I'm on now is on here, even though, God, nobody ever goes down this trail. It's like a freaking deer trail. Honestly, I mean, there's markers as you go, but there's nothing here. I mean, you're walking through brush the entire time, so it's pretty interesting that this path is even marked. And then another thing I carry is I carry a pipe. Smoking is bad, kids. I carry a pipe, but my pipe is a little different than the ones you generally see. Most times you'll see like a clay pipe or, some form of that. I I actually prefer this German pipe. It is period. It is called a German hunting pipe, or sometimes it's called a four-piece pipe. One, two, three, four. It has a little cap on it. You put your tobacco in there, and you actually smoke it open, as far as I know. It doesn't smoke well closed. Smoke it open, and then when you're done, you close it. This lets it go out slowly. Little holes do. Um, they have a really big bowl on them. They're meant to be packed, and then you take it with you hunting. When you sit down for a break, you smoke on it some. You close the lid when you're done. You can put it right back into your pocket and go on your way. So I like these. This is all horn and wood and metal. I want to say these date back to 1600s, and they still make them today. This one here, I have no way of knowing how old it is. It's made in the traditional style, so there's no way of knowing. It is horn, so unknown. Uh, so, I mean, you can do something like that, or you know, go with the go with the ones like the clay pipes, or sometimes they have like clay with a reed uh, that goes, it's like a clay end, and then the stem is a piece of reed. I think Townsend sells those, so you can do that. Those are all viable pipes. If you enjoy a pipe, if you don't enjoy a pipe, don't buy one. And then I'm just going to throw in there, for good measure, if you are a pipe smoker, Old Dublin. Uh, Peterson's Old Dublin. This is probably backwards. You probably can't read it. But this is the best tobacco I have ever smoked in my life, and I've been smoking for a very long time. Um, it's just so good, and it's not a hot tobacco, if you know what that means. Um, just really, really good. So I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I have. Oh, we'll throw this in here just for good measure. Waxed string. This stuff is invaluable. I have it just rolled around on a stick. Um, this stuff is great. Wax string, you can use it for anything cordage, honestly. Um, and yeah, they would have had wax string. The you can use it to like hold your pot, make a tripod to hold your pot over the fire. You can use it for any kind of bindings. Had I shot a turkey today, could have wrapped up its legs, thrown it over my shoulder. Wouldn't have been super comfortable, but it would have carried it. Um, if you're out here with, some kind of covering or anything that you want to put up for shelter, it's cordage. Cordage, use it for whatever. It's cordage. Other than that, I'm not going to get into what I have in my other pouches. Like I said, we'll go over that a different day. I'm going to pack all this up and bemoan my poor hat that did not survive well in the rain. Maybe, I don't know, figure something out. But I have this wool one. It's handmade wool one. It's pretty nice. But yep, I guess I'm going to pack up and I'm going to head out. So I will see you guys later. I'll give you a quick view of where I'm at because it's absolutely gorgeous. All right, guys. See you next time.